Welcome to Dreamscape Divided. I'm Phill Frost, and I just smacked the microphone. You know who I'm not? I said I'm Phill Frost. Do you know who I'm not? I'm not Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, what do we know about him? Who is he? He's a man with a hat. He's a man with a whip. He is also a man with 22 Lego sets. But here's the thing, that's already not that many. Well, one of them didn't even release. One of them was teased to us. They dropped it to the fans. They're like, oh, here's a set. And we were like, oh, that's a cool set. And then they took it away. It's gone. Why did they do it? Why? Then, another one of those 22 sets. We're down to 21 now. Another one was only released at a special event in 2008. And if you weren't there, uh-oh. You either don't get it, or you have to pay ridiculous prices on eBay. Which is... you don't know what you're getting there. And then another one of the sets was just a tiny little polybag. A polybag that I have either never seen in my life or own, and I'm not sure which one. I don't know how do I not know if I own it? How do I not know if I've even seen it? What is going on? So that, if we take those three away, that only leaves a minuscule 19 sets for Mr. Jones. Indiana, more specifically. Mr. Jones could also refer to his dad, played by Sean Connery. And I'm not talking about that guy. He's cool, but the sets are not named after him. We need to look at all these sets. Here's why. Because 2 streams ago, we looked at every Lego Star Wars set, and that took 5 years. So I was like, okay, that was a lot of sets. We need to dial it back. What's another theme that I like, that other people also like, that we can look at a little bit faster? Indiana Jones. He crawled out of a cave in Guam, and he showed his face to me and said, this is the answer. And I said, okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking. So we're going to dive into all 19 plus 2 Indiana Jones sets. We're not taking a look at the canceled one because the photos for that set are so bad, but we're going to look at all the other ones. And we will at least mention the canceled one a few times, but we're not looking at it because I don't want to burn your eyeballs on your face. Let's go over to my PowerPoint presentation. Whoop. Whoa! No, that wasn't it. I don't know if you know what a presentation is, but that wasn't it. Here we go. Now we found it. Indiana Jones. I wonder if the cursor's on screen. I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out if it is. It is. Okay. So this is the first set we're going to be looking at. I've ordered them by set number and also, more importantly, by year. So 2008's first, then 2009, then we skip all the way to 2023, where I thought it was coming back. But it turns out they just wanted to drop us 3 little sets and then vanish, never to be seen again. Which is a shame, because Indiana Jones is probably my favorite IP that Lego has made sets for. Well, let me rephrase that. It's my favorite Lego sets based on an IP. I don't like Indiana Jones more than some other IPs, but I like the sets more. Okay, semantics. Here's the first set. Lego Indiana Jones, Motorcycle Escape, 2008. The year where everything was good. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure a lot of bad things happened. Here you get Indiana Jones, you get Mr. Henry Jones, Sean Connery, and you get generic man. Generic evil man who's probably problematic. Well, you know, he's just on the wrong side of history. I mean, that's about it. Let's look at the set now. What comes with these 3 guys? You get motorcycle, you get sidecar. Great. Vehicles. Lego loves vehicles. This is a good one, and it's a small one. That way, even if your parents don't own a bank, if you own a bank, you just get all the money, right? Even if your parents don't own a bank, you can get this set pretty reasonably, and you get a vehicle, a second vehicle to chase after the first vehicle, and a little structure with some side stuff. That's perfect. That's pretty much all you can ask for in a small set. And I feel like today, For as small of a set as this was, I don't remember how much this retailed for. That would have been a really good thing for me to put on this presentation, but it's too late now. I messed up. Yeah, I'm surprised how much stuff you get in this tiny set. It must have been like $10 or less, surely. And you get 3 minifigures? Well, if Lego saw that today, they would drop dead on the spot. They would be scared for their life. But I love this set. I don't think it's like, it's not the best set I've ever seen, but there's nothing here I can complain about. It gives you way more than I would ever expect for a set this size. It's perfect. You get the main character, you get friend of the main character, you get enemy. What else you want? You get kiosk. What? Let's move on. Indiana Jones and the Lost Tomb. This is an interesting picture because I don't know what's going on here. I don't think the set came with 2 skeletons, but there's 1 skeleton here and there's a second skeleton face behind him. I'm assuming that's referencing the fact that the skeleton is falling down, but that doesn't really come across all that well. It looks like there's just a second skeleton about to spook the first skeleton, sneaking up behind him. And then we got main dude again, and we got Marion, another very prevalent character, so prevalent that they keep bringing her back every new movie they make. They're just like, well, who else do people want to see? Oh yeah, her. Come on back. We also have 2 Anubises. Does anyone remember House of Anubis from Nickelodeon? I barely do. And you get a reference to Star Wars. That's pretty cool. This is a really good set. I'm a big fan of location-based sets. I know a lot of people complain today about Lego going like, every set they release is a vehicle or a mech. And a mech is a vehicle pretty much. So like every set they release is just a vehicle. Why can't we get something else? This is the something else, and I love it. I get why so many vehicles and mechs are released by Lego. It's primarily tailored towards a young audience, and kids like to drive vehicles around and have mechs fight. But something like this, I think is magical. And kid me, not just adult me, kid me wanted structures. Because like, where are we driving our vehicles to? Where are we going to explore with this man in a hat? And this lady who's very scared of how much fire is coming out of this thing. And it looks good too. That's one thing I like about, oh, hello person who I do remember now. But I still am a little scared to pronounce your name. This set, I'm trying to not just keep saying this set is good. I have to be more descriptive. It's got play features. That's nice. The Anubi can fall over. The skeleton can crash through a dang wall. Snakes can fall from the ceiling. It's got a prominent thing, a prominent artifact from a movie that people like, the Ark of the Covenant, and it's got a whole dang temple to explore with your dudes. The only thing I could complain about, if I was going to complain, is I think it could use one more minifigure, but if you've seen the scene from the movie, who else is going to be here? Bonky Dusk. Is that it? It still feels like I shouldn't say it. I don't know what it is about it. It feels cursed. Nothing against it. It just feels, this is my opinion. This is a set that I didn't own. I owned the previous 2. I never got this one because it was a little too expensive. We couldn't throw all of our money at the Hat Man and his German enemies. But this is a really cool set, especially if you played the video game. If you played Lego Indiana Jones, The Original Adventures, or even the second one that people apparently hate. I love it. This set's so cool because these are some of the vehicles that you see popping up all over that game. It's like, oh yeah, generic army truck and generic smaller army car. I know that. I want to have that exact model in real life. Now you can't. I also love that this soldier stores his gun pointed straight up at the sky. That's a fun detail. He also jams it in the rear view mirror, which is awesome. You gotta love Lego cars. They're so fun. So fun. This guy, he's looking like he's really happy to be in this chase. Both of these guys are. They're twins. And this horse is like, man, I don't know what's going on. My boy just jumped off of me. This set is... I just said I like sets that aren't just vehicles, but for a just vehicle set, you can't get much better than this. Guy on semi-vehicle with two other cool-looking vehicles. There you go. Perfection. If I had to give these three a rating, let me try to rate them too. Out of 10, 10 being the best, I'd give this a... For a small set, that's a solid 9.5. This I like slightly less just because I don't think it comes together as much. I feel like it could have been fleshed out a little bit more. I'll give it an 8.5. And this gets a 9 for what the set's going for. I think it's pretty perfect. The only other thing I could ask for in this set, give me like a sand rock. Apparently that was worth a whole point being taken off. No sand rock? Are you kidding me? Okay, Temple Escape. Now we're getting to the big boys. I actually think that in terms of appearance, this is the worst one so far, by far. But I don't even care, dude. This set slaps. For a set that looks kind of awkward if you actually get it in person, because all of the temple is just like gray squares with pieces of walls wherever they so choose. You know, it looks a little awkward, but it's so fun. If you're a kid, this is exactly what you want from an Indiana Jones set. He's sneaking in, he's going past very evil looking skeletons. Why are they so evil? He's dodging booby traps. There's a boulder. And he's trying to get the little golden idol with his friend who probably won't die. He dies. And then there's a man in a plane, so you get a vehicle too. Even in a very location-based set, you still get a vehicle. That's awesome. We love that. You would almost miss, too. There's a little evil man. You get a villain in the set. Even when he escapes, you still got to fight a man with a gun, which I would argue is one of the scariest traps of them all. Don't show me a man with a gun. I'm scared. But this is perfect. This is perfect aside from the fact that it doesn't look great on display. But as a play set, it succeeds in every way. I give this another 9. Okay, now we're going over to everyone's favorite movie. I'm pretty sure everyone loves it. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Unironically, though, I think the first half of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the movie, slaps. I think it absolutely slaps. Then they go to like Peru or something, and it becomes terrible. it goes downhill fast. But here we go. We have the smallest Kingdom of the Crystal Skull set of 2008. That was an actual set, at least. You get Indiana Jones. You get... What is that man's name? Mutt? That's unfortunate. That is an unfortunate name. I apologize to you, sir. And you get the evil lady, whose name I definitely don't remember. You get a table that can be broken in half. Interesting. I wonder if that literally was just two halves of a table and you just push them next to each other. Or if there is an actual mechanism there to have it snap and they can be physically connected. I'm curious about that. You get some nice weapons. I like the variety of weapons in this little weapon rack. And that's not even all of them. You also get another dagger and a pirate sword and a whip. This was just like an accessory pack, but themed after Indiana Jones, which is cool. This tent is very weird, but in a good way. It's cloth. Who put cloth in my Lego? I don't know. But shout out to them. They were on the edge of innovation. This lantern is interesting too. Why is the top a droid arm? You can't hold that. Maybe technically you can. The side of a droid hand is just big enough to fit in a minifigure hand. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Also, this is very comical. I love this. A chicken drumstick is bigger than the pan it's being cooked in. That's awesome. Yeah, I love this set too. I think this succeeds almost as much as this one succeeds. I gave this one a 9.5. So I would give this a 9. It's almost as good. Just the movie it's based on is worse, and there's slightly less you can do with it. Then again, is there really... There's infinite possibilities if you have imagination. Who am I to say? River Chase. Another Kingdom of the Crystal Skull set. I always thought this main vehicle here with Indiana Jones and Marion, who looks very happy to be being chased by soldiers with guns. I always thought this vehicle looked weird. And that's partially just because of what it's supposed to be. It's not just like a land vehicle. It is a boat car. It's half boat, half car. You don't know what... When two vastly different mediums of vehicle combine, you can't expect the result to be particularly appealing to the eye. So I'll cut them some slack for that. It looks fine for what it is. This tree's a little weird. This boat, this is one of my least favorite sets so far. I had it. I owned it. It's not doing as much for me. I think aesthetics aside, the concept is cool. You get a main person vehicle, you get an enemy vehicle, and you get some terrain too. That's perfect. You even get a crocodile, which feels unnecessary, but the best kind of unnecessary. Like, they just threw that in for all the kids out there. Hey, this one's for you. We threw you a bone in the form of a crocodile. Let's see, how would I rank this? How would I rank this? If the small sets are almost perfect at 9s, and the worst set so far was this somehow, which is an 8.5, I think it's definitely worse than this. But it's still kind of okay. I'll give this a 7.5. I don't think any Indiana Jones set, spoiler alert, is bad. I think Indiana Jones is one of the more perfect lines of Lego sets. Not really any major blemishes there. They really knocked it out of the park. Okay, here's, regardless of what your thoughts are on the movie Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, if you owned this set, if you owned this Lego set, you know this was bomb. This was it, dude. This vehicle is one of the more interesting vehicles that is somewhat realistic that Lego has ever made. It's a giant tank type thing with 2 saw blades on the front. It feels fantastical, but you can imagine it being a real thing because it is. I mean, people do have to cut down trees sometimes, and maybe they use a giant saw vehicle thing. I don't even remember this part of the set, but it's cool that you get a little bit of structure as well. Looks like there's a cave for you to explore and find gems. There's a rocket launcher with multiple rockets to fire at the tank. You get one of the main bad guys of the movie with a bunch of giant ants. This set is awesome. If it were based on the scene as a whole, it might be lacking a little, but the fact that they just called it Jungle Cutter, you know, this is the subject of the set. The giant vehicle with saw blades on the front. They nailed it. It's perfect. You're making a Jungle Cutter set, you did it. They even include trees for you to cut down. And they came, it doesn't show you in this picture, but they came on top of little tan circular bases so that they would stand up. And then the little green foliage pieces, their clutch power isn't as strong as most other Lego pieces. So they strategically stuck that on the bottom so that when you run the saws over this, they'll pop off of the base and fall down. That's very smart. Whoever designed this is cool, and I want to be their friend. I hope they're alive. That was really unnecessary. Jungle Cutter gets a 9.5 from me. I think this is tied with the Motorcycle Chase for one of the best sets of Indiana Jones. Temple of the Crystal Skull, the biggest Crystal Skull set I was going to say that we got back then, or that we have as of now, but let's be honest. It's the biggest one we're ever going to get. Even if they do have more Indiana Jones sets in the future, they're not going to make Crystal Skull sets. They have no reason to. Whoa, look how wonky this dude's face is. Why is one eye higher than the other? What does it mean? So this set, I remember seeing the box art for this set. I could not find high quality images of the box art. So my apologies. I don't know where it is. I think someone stole them from the internet. But I remember the box art making this set look more complete than it actually is. I thought it was more of a contained temple, but it's kind of just like a staircase with two little bits of structure and then a weird thing on top. I don't like it as much as I thought I was going to. The minifigures, though, are honestly kind of crazy. I did not know this came with 3 alien figures. 3 Crystal Skull dudes. What is that? How did they have the... How was Lego able to just give these away? It also comes with 9 stone dinosaurs and 4 dark red dragon heads. This set is crazy in terms of parts. That's wild. This kind of reminds me in a lot of ways of this set, because I think aesthetically, just if you put this on display, it's not, it might turn more heads than the other one I just showed you, but it's not, it doesn't feel complete visually. But in terms of play, I feel like this one's really gonna slap. Here's the back of it. This is the only set that I felt it was necessary to include a picture of the back, because the back gives you such a different idea of how the set looks. You get a little spinning table thing with 3 dudes on it. That looks like a cult. That's crazy. You get a conquistador skeleton. What is he doing here? Hey, who invited him to the party? You get dragons holding on to skulls that they can drop. You get a waterfall. Lego Minecraft looking stairs. This is a weird set, but a really good kind of weird. What's up with this part at the top? What is that supposed to represent? Is this just like the temple collapsing, or is it, oh, this is the part that opens up so we can summon the aliens? I don't know, but that really does make this temple have more of an identity than it would otherwise. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I think it would be very fun to play with. I gave this set a 9 because I said aesthetics bumped off a point, but otherwise it was perfect. I give this an 8.5. I think aesthetically it's a little better, but it does not evoke quite as much fun for me, just because I feel like it's a bit more disjointed. The other one, you know what's going on. You're going in, you're getting past everything, whoop, you get into the thing, the main golden idol, and then you're getting out of there, and then you have to fight man with gun. With this one, there's so many things inside. You don't know what to do. What is this crystal? Nothing, apparently. There's a little door. It swings open. What's behind it? I don't know. Conquistador. What does he have to do with anything? This man just came out of nowhere. The waterfall. What am I doing with that? What are these studs on the wall? Who's this man on the little tank? I feel like there's so many components here that don't necessarily mesh together as well as I want them to. So I give this an 8.5 compared to the 9 that I gave to Temple Escape. I think that both are really good and would be epic playsets to own as a kid, but this one just does it slightly worse. Okay, Peril in Peru. I barely remember this set existing at all. I think the only time I ever saw this set in my entire life was once in a LEGO catalog we received in the mail, which I haven't received a LEGO catalog in a while, and that makes me sad. What happened to them? Like, I know how old am I? Let me check my phone. I know I'm 24 years old, but I still want those LEGO catalogs, dude. Even if I'm not going to buy the sets, I just like looking at them. I want to know what's up. Anyway, this set is cool. As someone who forgot about this set's existence entirely, this set is dope. Does the front of it look good? Not entirely, but it doesn't look awful. The rest of it looks great. The wings kind of look like something that my friend would slap together whenever he came over and just started building stuff out of his own imagination. But if you just look at the middle, it looks pretty cool. It's got a little gate on the side. People can climb in there. You got handcuffs for Indy. You got the main villain again. Both main villains. That's not even the main villain. That's the main villain, but that's the main dude. I don't even know who this is. Is he performing maintenance on the plane while Indy's getting arrested? What is going on? You get 2 side vehicles? This set was so cool. How much did this retail for? I need to know. This, I didn't report any of the other prices, but I feel like I need to look this one up. Lego Indiana Jones, Peril in Peru, retail price. I just see people selling it. I don't want to know. I want to know how much it originally sold for. What was the RS whatever it's called? Why does it not say? Hello? Oh, okay. It was $49.99. $50. Dude, that's great. What? That's awesome. $50 for an entire plane, 2 side vehicles, and that... I was going to give this a worse score, but that's too good. That's way too good. I know the wings look bad. The wings are just 2 of the same piece slapped on top of each other, but everything else is so good. So much value. I give this a solid 9. I would have loved to have owned this as a kid, and I'm sad that I didn't. I think this set did not exist. I never saw it in stores. Otherwise, I would have tried to get it. And by tried, I mean asked my parents and just seen if it happened. Okay, Jeep. We get to the first and only Polybag set from Indiana Jones. A set that I either didn't know existed or that I owned. I don't know which is which. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, I don't know if I owned it or if I never saw it. This is going to sound hyperbolic, but I'm going to say it anyway because I feel it so deeply in my soul. This might be the best Polybag ever made. That sounds insane. There are so many Polybags, but I can't picture this being any better than it is. This was just a tiny little Polybag, but you get a whole dang Jeep. You get the main dude you want from Indiana Jones, which is, of course, the guy himself, Indiana Jones. And the Jeep isn't even most Polybag sets, you're like, well, it doesn't look great, but I only paid $4 for it, so I can't complain. This looks good. And they put a lot of pieces into it. They built up the fender's specialty with specific parts. They put a lot of effort into this vehicle. The tires are cool. It's not your standard tires. These are more unique. This is just so good. As a polybag goes, this is perfect. 10 out of 10 set. Okay, wait, I gotta check. There isn't many. Yep, you are right. There are not many viewers here. I can confirm. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. That's the thing. I'm gonna do this no matter what. There could be no one here, and I'd still do it. San Diego Comic-Con 08 exclusive. This looks like a classified document that someone found that was not supposed to get out, and whoever leaked it is going to be in jail for years. But it's not. It's actually just an image, pretty much the only image I can find online, of this exclusive Brickmaster set from 2008. And you'll notice, if you have a keen eye, you'll notice something peculiar. The entire Jeep polybag is in this set, and they just built some stuff around it. This is one of the weirdest exclusives I've seen for a Lego theme. It's like, what if we just took that polybag and stuck some other stuff for set dressing in there? Why? And then you get a couple dudes from Crystal Skull. As far as I remember, there was no scene in Crystal Skull where Indiana Jones was driving a Jeep and then two of these dudes from the temple chased him down. I don't think that happened. So that's bizarre. But I still like this. Was it free, or did people... I need to find this out. I've pulled up a page so I can see the prices now. And I am going to check to see if you had to buy this or if you got it for free. Let's sort by year released. Okay. There we go. Hold up. It's taking a while to scroll. Okay. What? There's no way. Retail price for this was $50? What? Okay, that's bad then. What? If that's correct, if this was $50, everyone who got this got scammed. You can get everything from this set in other sets. You didn't need to do this. This set's bad. I'm sorry. This set's bad. 5. I still like what I'm seeing. It's just the price is so bad and it's so unnecessary. So 5. And now quickly I want to run back through every set before Peril and Peru and see if the price that I now have access to changes my opinion of the score of the set that I gave to it. So let's see. Temple of the Crystal Skull. It retailed for $80. I feel like today this would retail for $100 or more. $80 is awesome. I bumped the score up from 8.5 to 9. This is legendary, even though it's based on a movie that no one cares about. And once again, I'm saying that as someone who did love the first half of that movie. But just, you know, that is famously the Indiana Jones movie that people say to avoid. Jungle Cutter. How much did that retail for? $40? Okay. You know what? That feels about right. That's not really swaying me either way. This one stays as a 9.5. If it was less expensive than 40, I'd bump it up. River Chase. I said River Chase was like a 7.5. It was one of my least favorites. It retailed for $20. $20, this is pretty great. I feel like in the modern day of Lego, this entire boat would be gone if this retailed for $20. Or, like, the tree could be gone and just the boat in this would be $20. So that's a really good deal. I'll bump this up to an 8. Because, I mean, even though it's not my favorite to look at, that's still a legendary deal. Jungle Duel. This must be $10, right? Yeah, it is. $10. So this one's staying at a 9. I think it's pretty perfect for a $10 set. And it gives you a lot of cool accessories. Temple Escape was... Whoa. I'm shell-shocked. Wait, that means something about... like PTSD, but like a worse phrasing for it. Let's roll it back. Pretend I didn't say that. I am flabbergasted. This set sold for only $60. That's wild. Hello, Lyle. I was looking at a different page, so I didn't notice you commented until now, but welcome. I can't believe this is $60. I can't believe it's not butter. This is crazy. Yeah, this goes up from a 9 to a 10. I don't even care that it doesn't look great. The fact that this is $60 is bomb. You can't ask for better than that for $60. How much did this go for? Was it 40? It was 30. Oh, dude, we need to go back to 2008. Everyone, we need to band together, build a time machine, go back to 2008, buy every Lego Indiana Jones set. These boys were mega inexpensive, except for that one from Brick whatever. That was a scam. But all these other ones, oh my gosh. I almost said I would kill to get this for $30, but whoa. I'm not committing any murder. That's crazy. But I would, man, I'd love to get this for $30. I gave this a 9. I'm bumping this up to a 10 too. $30 for this slaps so hard. You are the elite phase. Does that mean you leveled up or something? I'm happy for you. Good job, dude. Maybe one day you'll become legendary phase. SSR phase. Something like that. Okay, this set had to be $20. Yeah, $20. Okay, I think that's right on the money. This one stays as an 8.5. And then Motorcycle Chase was $10. This stays as a 9.5. Okay, good. We went through all those. Let's get back to the new stuff, starting with the first 2009 set, which is Shanghai Chase. My guess, I'm going to start predicting the price before I see it. So my prediction is that this was $20. That feels correct. If this is $20, I think that's the perfect price. It is... Hello? What? Where is it? It is $30. Wait a second. Now I'm getting flabbergasted the other way. That's a little wild. Maybe it's bigger than I remember it being. I owned this set. I did not expect $30. I think this should be 25 tops. Because this feels like... Okay, okay, I can kind of see it. If each of these were sold for $15, I think that would make relative sense. It's not too bad. But I still wish it was 25 instead of 30. I think they could have taken $5 off somewhere. So that's going to make the rating a little worse than it would be otherwise, but I think both of these vehicles look great. Especially for the time they were released. 2009, they didn't have parts back then. They didn't know what parts were. Also, Lego gangster vehicle, Lego mobster vehicle, where else are you getting that? That's crazy. I love this. I love the vintage vibes of these two. The little cloth top, the insanely small windshield, a child driving a car, droid arms holding up the windshield. Whatever this piece is, this is just fun. Both of these vehicles are very fun builds. So I would give this, taking the price out of the equation, I would give this a perfect 10. But price factored in, I'm dropping it down to a 9. I wish it was a little less expensive, and maybe the vehicles could look just a tiny bit better, but I don't know. That might be unrealistic. Moving on, that gets a 9. Fight on the Flying Wing. This one's hard to predict what the price is. I'm gonna say it was $50. $50. I am correct. This was $50. Okay, That feels like a good deal, because this image is a little deceptive. The scale of this doesn't make sense. This plane looks too big, and or this vehicle looks too small. I think mainly the vehicle looks too small. It should be bigger. You don't know about it? You think it should be cheaper? Plane? Plant? Okay. We got some debate in the comments, but I'm not sure how to interpret it. Yeah, this vehicle is bigger than it appears. Something is going on with this. Someone shrunk the vehicle. Honey, I shrunk the weird tank thing. This plane is cool, though. I don't think we've ever gotten a military-ish plane anywhere similar to this in LEGO aside from this set. This vehicle is also interesting, but it's kind of ugly, so I don't care as much. I still like it for its uniqueness, though. Plain vehicle, 4 dudes. I think the only thing I could ask for more is for them to throw in an extra dude, but that feels like me getting greedy, because this is already only $50, and this is a pretty big set. If you had this in person, which I did, you would know. This set is pretty dang sizable. The wing of this plane, which is just one giant piece, is significantly longer than a typical LEGO base plate. So, oh, we got Plants vs. Zombies going on in the chat. Let's go. Crazy Dave. Remember him? This is him now. I don't know what that means. I was going to say feel old yet, but this looks like him when he was younger, so that doesn't make any sense. It's good. It's a good set. I give it a 9. I don't feel too strongly about it either way. I think it's just good. 9. Ambush in Cairo. Let's take a look and see what... I think this was sold for $10. Was it? It was, for some reason, sold for $11. They just wanted to scrape one little dollar extra out of you. And you know what? I can see it. I can see how they would be like, all right, $10 is a little too good. Because you get 4 dudes, plus a cart, plus a little thingy, plus a barrel. You want another plant name? Let's see if I can remember one. No. I can't. I played the heck out of that game, but... why can't I remember another plant? That's sad. Alright. Yeah, I love this set to death. Honestly, if it was $12, it'd still be good. I can't complain about the 11 aside from the fact that that's a stupid number to price a set. I also love that, like, Indiana Jones is fighting with a gun. This dude's fighting with a sword. You know, okay. This lady's got a frying pan. And this man's got the lower half of a torch. Lily pad. Okay, I remember that. That's what you slapped in the water so people could sit down on it. This set is pretty perfect for a small $11 set. You also get a perfect balance of good versus perceived evil. A nice amount of set dressing. Technically a vehicle. And if you played the LEGO Indiana Jones game, you always wanted more of these barrels. You wanted all your boys to hide in the barrels. So, yes. Thumbs up from me. This gets a perfect 10. I got too excited. I might have broke the microphone with that one. All right. Chowchilla Cemetery Battle. Now, I said earlier in this video that it is my personal opinion that LEGO Indiana Jones, at least in terms of the sets that were actually put out to retail, is a perfect theme. No set is bad. Every set is at least good. That's my opinion, and I stand by it. But if I had to name a worst set, this would probably be it. And I don't think I have to go into why that is. You can kind of tell by looking at it. Like, if you have this set, it's like you get little steps to nothing, then little steps back down to where you were, to whatever this is, and then a conquistador with a chest. You know, it's just not, there's not a lot going on. I don't know. The coolest thing in the set is gold chest, motorcycle, and freaking Skull Man with a saw. Where was he in the movie? I don't remember him. Then again, I've blocked out the second half of most of Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, so that makes sense. Yeah, this is the worst Indiana Jones set, but I still think it makes a fine play set. A display set, Play set, it's fine. I think it's pretty fine across the board. I would give it a very low, either a low 7 or a high 6.5. It's just fine. It's ugly, but it's fine. It's like SpongeBob in that one episode. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Okay. You know what? I'll give it a 7 just because of the Conquistador. I don't know why he's here. But I like it. Venice. Wait, I didn't predict the price of this. This better be 20. If it's not 20, it's getting a 6.5 instead. It's 20. Okay. 7 then. Venice Canal Chase. You unsub? What did I do? What? But I said please in the corner. You can't unsub. That would make me sad, and that's illegal. Also, wait, what is... I'm trying to figure out what Elite Dread Bloons picture is. I figured you were just kidding, but I had to make a scene about it. What is your picture? What is this? I'll never know. It won't let me view your picture close up. Whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't realize I was displaying myself looking at everything. How embarrassing. Alright, Venice Canal Chase. This is one of my favorite Indiana Jones sets too. And here's why. We don't get many boat sets from LEGO. We just don't. If you compare boats, land vehicles, and sky vehicles across LEGO, boats are definitely the least common. But for as few boat sets as there are even fewer boat sets that come with 2 boats that are meant to fight each other. This is battle boats. This is a LEGO battle boat set. I'm saying that as if that means something. But genuinely, I think it's cool. I think it's cool to have boats battle. And these boats are like twins, but not at the same time. I always thought it was weird that this boat, despite being so similar to this boat, has its windshield one stud further along than this one. Why? Pourquoi? What does it mean? Also, you gotta love these 2 different height little buoy things. I bet this one's feeling pretty insecure. Especially in the modern dating scene. Like, come on. This man, he is not getting the swipes. You get 2 dudes wearing fezzes who are assumedly bald because I'm not seeing any hair. That's dope. They have full-on actual guns. Well, this guy's, it's debatable. I don't know what that is. That's just a right angle, but this guy has a gun. I love this set. I'm going to guess it retailed for $40. Alex? It is $40. Dude, either I'm really good at guessing prices or I just have an awesome memory. I think the answer is both. And I love this set. This gets another 10. What was the other 10 I gave out? Oh, this one. Yeah, these 2 are perfect sets. I also retrospectively gave a 10 to this just because it was such a dang good deal. How did LEGO hand this out for $60? How did they do it? How did they not lose all of their money? Hold up, how many pieces were in that temple set? Maybe that's why they could sell it for $60. How many pieces were in that boy? 554. You know what? That's about right. That's about what I would expect. And a lot of those pieces are big. One of them is a giant boulder. Like, hey, how did they were losing money, dude. Wait. Are you just giving me Bloons lore in the chat? Okay. Thanks, dude. See, I like to give out the daily Lego news. You give out the daily Bloons news. That's good. We have our little system. I appreciate it. Okay, this set, Fighter Plane Attack, this is kind of like the boat set, but for planes. A battle plane set. We don't get many of those, especially, these are like, when you think of a fighter plane specifically, this is what comes to mind for me. I love it. I like it, I love it, I want more of it. And you know what? LEGO did give us more of this set many years later, and we'll check that out soon. But first, let's look at the original Fighter Plane Attack. Yeah, it's great. I remember getting this. You want me to read all of the Bloons lore out loud? Okay, I'll give you a compromise. I'll read it all out loud at the end of the stream. Which, if you can tell by the top, we're at set 18 of 22, so we're almost done. But at the end of the stream, I will read all of that. Just for you. Okay. This set's really good. I like it less than this set because it doesn't come with a piece of structure as well. Oh, also I just noticed, shout out to the designer for putting blue studs on the bottom of the pier, just to give you a little subtle reminder that, hey, this is water. You're in water right now. That's fun. I like this one slightly less. I'm going to guess it retailed for $50 because these planes are big. I owned this set and I loved this set when I was a kid. These planes were big, dude. And they were dope. So I will guess this sold for $50 and I'm going to give this a 9. Let's see if it actually sold for $50. It did. Okay, then it gets a 9. Really good set. And now we get to the Temple of Doom. The only Temple of Doom set we'll ever get. And the only one that LEGO wants you to remember. The Temple of Doom from 2009. I remember this set being really exciting for me because it was the first time I got to get my hands on a bunch of tracks. Tracks are cool. I wasn't huge into trains as a kid, but I was enough into trains to care about tracks. And to have not trains, but instead minecarts on the tracks, that was a cool switch up. I like how they give you just 2 little flames, or 2 big flames, I should say, to remind you that, hey, there's lava down here. You get this whole big structure where it starts. You get a secondary structure. I don't know if you can tell because there's so much white space in this image, but this set is really big. I would guess that this is like $70. Maybe even $80 depending on the part count. Let me sneak a peek at the part count. Part count is 652. Okay, I'm going to say 70 then. 70. $70. Let's see. It is $90. Uh-oh. I would give it 80. I think 90 is a little much, but then again, I don't remember how big this is. It might be bigger than I'm thinking it is. It is pretty big. Okay. I give it like an 8. I think it's good. I think it could have been better, though. I do think that the canceled set looked better than this and accomplished more with less pieces. We didn't need the track to be this huge. We needed more of the other stuff. That might depend on who you are as a person. Some people might want more tracks. Some people might want more other stuff. I'm in camp other stuff. Gather around, kids. This summer we're going to camp other stuff. Yeah, it's cool though. 8. I have to read that too? Oh no, dude. This stream's gonna go on forever. Alright, I'm making a rule right now. This point on, no one else can make me read things in the chat. I threw you a bone. You can't have more. Alright, here we go. Oh, yes. We're finally on to 2023, where instead of actual pictures of sets, we get uncanny renders. Yeah, you did yours. Yeah. I'm going to read both of yours. But if anyone else wants to write stuff, I'm sorry, it's over. Unless you make me a deal where you're only going to subscribe if I read it, in which case I'll probably do it, because I want those subs. I ate a sub today. It was pretty good. I like turkey, pepperoni, and honey mustard, and provolone cheese. Maybe something else. Probably not, though. Yeah, this set is like the other set we just saw with the planes. But there's only one plane, and it's significantly smaller. And a car. A car has appeared. I don't know what this piece is. This piece really interests me. The car looks great. The plane looks iffy. And all of the dudes, especially this guy, look really uncanny. Why? This guy, he looks like he just fell into the back rooms. Oh, you're going to be my number one fan. Are you? So that might change if I don't read it. Is that the ultimatum? Okay. Berlin is that way. That's good to know. I don't know what these two discs are. These two hockey pucks. You can stick one on this dude's hat. That'll be fun. I think this set's good, but it's not great. And the main reason it's not great is just because of the plane. This probably sold for $40. But I wish it sold for $35. Let's see if it's $40. It's $35. Hey, dude, that's a good price. Oh man, my faith in Lego when it comes to pricing in recent years has dropped so low. I was scared, but they actually came through with a good deal. I can't believe it. This is less expensive than the original set with the planes. I'm a huge fan of this now. I give this a 8.5. The 1.5 off is just because I don't think the plane looks great, especially this little piece back here. Why is there just a block on top of it? And why are there stud shooters on the side? Don't do that to me. All right, Escape from the Lost Tomb, the second to last set, because as I said, we don't have a good picture of the missing, the lost to the world Temple of Doom set. So this is the second to last one. Escape from the Lost Tomb comes with 2 additional minifigures compared to the other set, or 1 additional if you count the skeleton from the original as a figure. I think this does some things better than the original set, but a lot of things worse. For one, it looks about as good on display, but when it comes to its success being a structure, I think it's not as successful in that regard. Me love eating Lego. Alright. That's cool. Thanks for sharing. I don't think I've ever eaten a Lego. I did have a cousin when I was young, though, who stuck a Lego in his nose and it got stuck. So, yeah. Don't do that. Why eat lag? That's a great comment. Okay. Back to this set. It's fine. What I was saying was this isn't as successful as at being a structure because it's just a wall with 2 things in front of it and then this. The other one, which I have to go way back, the other one was a full thing. You know, it had sides. It had columns in the front connected to the back, It had steps leading up to it. It felt more like a complete thing, a complete building. The new one, that's a wall with two things in front of it. It still looks good, but not as structurally complete. And also a lot of it, a surprising amount of it, is just flat ground. You don't see LEGO do that very much. I always think it's weird when LEGO releases a set where a large portion of the pieces are just like the floor. Feels bizarre. Oh, they're eating Legos in the chat. Oh, man. I do like this Bionicle reference, though. That's pretty cool. There's probably other references I don't know. Also, if you go around the back of this, there's like a weird, really unnecessary part where you can stick this mummy. And I think that part's dumb. I'm just gonna say it. I might lose some fans over this one. I think the thing behind this wall is dumb. I wish I had pictures, but I must speak my truth. This mummy's cool, though. I want this figure. That's dope. The Marion is a perfect upgrade of the previous figure. The Indiana Jones is cool. And we finally get Sala. How did we not get him before? I don't know. What were they doing? I give this set a... This also gets an 8.5. And my guess is that it's like $40. Maybe $45. It's 40. Hey, LEGO's still coming through with the good deals. Why did they make all the Indiana Jones sets be such a good deal? That's weird. I'm shocked. Moving on to the final set. The sort of crown jewel, I'd say, at least visually speaking, of LEGO Indiana Jones sets. Temple of the Golden Idol. From the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, this set looks better than most any LEGO set I've seen in the past decade. It's beautiful. I love the teal and olive designs going across. I like all the different faces you see everywhere. Kind of reminds me of Promised Land in that way. Shout out to that Promised Land video I made. Watch it if you haven't. It's good. Thousands of people agree. Yeah, I love everything about this aesthetically. And then if you like play features, if you don't just want to look at your set, around the back of this, there's just so many mechanisms that you can rotate these gears to do stuff with. This thing falls down and stuff explodes. Obviously, the boulder rolls down. There's a little thing where you can swing on a vine, I think, right here. I don't know what these two do. But this set it's great. The only thing that's not great about it is the price. If you base the price of this set on the price per part, it's pretty good. It makes sense. It might even be spectacular, but you got to realize a lot of those pieces are going into the minor details. Do those minor details make it look good? Yeah. But if you just go based off of the volume of plastic you're getting, not as good of a deal as some of these other sets. Because I believe this was sold for $120. So triple the price of the previous set we saw. Triple the price of this is this. Oh my gosh, it was $150. What? That's almost quadruple the price. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's going to hurt this set. $150, I don't think I can swallow that. If it was $120, that'd be kind of good. I'd still feel a little bad about it, but I could see it. $150 is $30 too much, even though it looks so good. And I love everything about it. It could use a second of this figure, though. I will complain about that. I think if you're paying $150, you need one more of these dudes, because they're a very massable figure. All the other guys, make sense that there's only one. That's a named character. This guy, no. I guess since I love it, but I think the price is really bad, I'm going to come in at another 8.5. All of the new sets get 8.5s. These two just for not looking as good as I would want in some ways, and this one for the price. But otherwise, I think these are all really good, new, reimagined versions of older sets that we love. They really succeed at what they need to do. So, in conclusion, my favorite set from LEGO Indiana Jones is a tie between this set and this set. Technically, Temple Escape as well, the original, but that was just because of the price. I think the boat set and this are both epic, and I love them. Least favorite set, it's gonna go to Chowchilla Cemetery Battle. I'm sorry, I don't know what you are. You're just some brown planks with stone slapped on top. Okay. And with that, let's return to my little tiny place, my little tiny nook in a very blue world. That made it sound sad. It's not sad, it's just literally blue. Now I have to read you the daily Bloons information. If it will let me. Please let me. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to be reading all of the Bloons information. First, the information provided by Elite Phase, aka Lyle. The Dread Bloon is an armored behemoth. It's a boss balloon added in version 34.0, and it's the fourth boss added to the game, after Balloon Arius, Gravelord Lich, and Vortex. Like Balloon Arius and Vortex, Dread Bloon has been hugely revamped compared to its Balloon's Monkey City counterpart. Dread Bloon's body has lead properties that cannot be bypassed with the Alchemist Touch, and takes less damage from all sources. Additionally, each of the 4 phases of the boss gives Dread Bloon an immunity to one of the 4 tower types: primary, military, magic, and support. The immunity starts as primary and then goes to military, magic, and support in that order. When Dread Bloon appears, or a skull is reached, the blimp armors itself with a rock layer of varying strength and continually spawns Dread Rock balloons, which have large health pools and force towers targeted to strong to attack the Dreadlock balloons instead. Wow. That was epic. Now we're moving on to Elite Dread Bloons. Oh, is that why you wrote all that? Because that's his name. Okay, I appreciate that then. Now we're going to read what Elite Dread Bloon had to say. Reality Warper Phase, or simply Phase, is a boss balloon in Bloons Tower Defense 6, introduced in version 38.0. Its name was announced in the 37.0 update patch notes. It is the 5th boss balloon to be introduced to Bloons Tower Defense 6, and the 2nd boss balloon unique to the Bloons Tower Defense 6 generation, the first being Gravelord Lich. Reality Warper Phase has camo balloon properties, along with heavy resistance to camo removal. Every 24 seconds it creates a Raider Jam that blocks all camo scene buffs and makes itself immune to decamo for 12 seconds, alongside reactivating its camo property if it has been stripped. Additionally, every time it reaches a skull, it zips forward along the track for a distance equal to 8% of the total track length, leaving behind a portal where it was that sets leaving behind a portal where it was that sets the spawning location of balloons increasingly forward each time. Each skull also triggers a slowdown aura, which reduces the attack speed of all towers on screen, including Paragons, until Phase is defeated. Phase also has Reality Shield that increases its movement speed while protected, which it will generate on spawn and upon reaching a skull. Okay, I didn't understand that one as much, but that's okay. You know, I feel the people in chat know balloons better than I. They got my back if I need help. I don't need to understand everything. But thank you everyone for watching this shorter stream. As I said, there was only 22 sets for Indiana Jones, so not a lot to look at, but I think Indiana Jones really went for quality over quantity. They really brought it. No set was bad, even Chowchilla, which is a weird name. Sounds like a type of dog breed we're going to have in like the next 3 years. That's half dog, half coffee bean, or something like that. But thank you for watching. As the little possibly annoying thing in the corner of the screen says, please subscribe if you would like. If you think you like this channel at all, or you like Legos, or you like balloons, or you like... What else do we do? Star Wars? Yeah, we do that. Then subscribe. Also, please check out our most recent video, not live stream video, where Travis and I tried to imitate death sounds from LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. That was absurd, and I loved it. We sounded so stupid. Now time for more balloon lore. No, now it's time to stop being here. So yeah, sorry that it was kind of short, but I did everything. I set a theme, and I did it all. I've accomplished my goal. I must go. I appreciate you being here. Goodbye. How do I close this?